Heinzie, we really got to edit out the part of the intro where it says every Monday because we're definitely not making this thing on Monday lately.
Yeah, we need to get back to Mondays. Hello, Cub. Hello, everyone. That's on us. How you going?
We've had a busy summer, guys. Sorry that we're getting to you on Wednesday. I was traveling back from Utah on Monday. I ran my 12th Spartan race, Heinzie.
Yeah, how'd you go? I meant to ask.
It was great. I was running with the group, and so I was, staying with the group. And I'm kind of ready to run one by myself and see what kind of time I can get because I've been training really hard lately. So we'll probably do that here before too long. And then yesterday you're feeling a little bit under the weather, but you're good now.
Yeah. Just a little bit run down, guys. It's been pretty full on in real life lately and also streaming in that I just struggled a little bit. I wasn't quite right. So I thought, you know what? I'm not going to do it half right. We're going to wait until we're 100%. So we're up and running on Wednesday. Apologies for the delay, but you know what? Better late than never, right, Cubs? Because I tell you what, we've had it all going on again this week, mate. It's all been happening, hasn't it?
Definitely better late than never. All right, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. First and foremost, we got to get to our lovely meme of the week. Well, it's Inquisitor Galactic Challenge Day again.
Man, there's stuff in the Inquisitors down our throats, aren't they? It never ends. It's relentless.
How many Inquisitor Galactic Challenges have we had?
Been a couple.
Do they really think, like, here's my question for CG. Do you really think that having Galactic Challenges with Inquisitors is motivating anybody to farm a subpar team?
Absolutely not.
Literally all it does to push Galactic Challenges with Inquisitors over and over and over again is it just annoys the community. That's all it does.
Yeah, it does. It does. I mean, at the moment, look, the Inquisitors are still going okay at the moment. I mean, we've seen that obviously a certain lineup can take out Kenobi in GAC. I mean, that's possible. So they're not all bad. They're just, for me, just not as good as it could be overall. Consistently. It's a consistency thing. I think that once the Datacrons are removed as well, in September, I think they'll be certainly a lot worse than they currently are, which certainly it's not ideal. It's just not ideal. So they're not going anywhere. Inquisitorius are here to stay. But certainly overall, I don't think anyone's going out of their way to make sure that they farm extra stuff to complete this Galactic Challenge, mate. They're just going to go whatever. Move on to the next one.
Yeah, nobody's going to do that. So anyway, it's a funny one. I don't think I've ever seen, by the way, also, tell me if you think that this is an accurate assessment, but I don't think they've ever threw in one faction for Galactic Challenges more frequently than they have Inquisitors with Galactic Challenges lately.
Yeah, but they've been stuffing Inquisitors down our throats for months. I mean, this is nothing new.
I understand that, but I'm just saying with Galactic Challenges, they've never been this, had this much of a hard one for a single team. In Galactic Challenges specifically.
No, you're absolutely right. But again, when you compare it to, them really pushing so hard and not forcing us, but really, really pushing so hard for us to farm this faction overall, I'm not surprised. But yes, no, you're absolutely right. I don't think we've seen a Galactic Challenge roll around so much. We'll see whether it continues or whether it's just a phase. Not quite sure yet.
Okay. All right, moving right along. We have got to talk about this. Now, before I give any opinion on this, Heinzie, I would like to hear what you think about the Datacron packs.
You really want to hear my opinion? Do you really want?
I want to hear your honest opinion. I've got one. I'm going to stay neutral until, you could probably guess that I'm maybe not, ecstatic about them, but I'd love to hear what you think.
Okay. All right. Okay. Firstly, CG, total respect. Great game. Been not hearing from you too much lately. That can be improved. That's a whole different thing. Okay.
Well, speaking of not hearing from Capital Games, they did at least give us the July event calendar.
Yeah. 19
on July 12th.
12 days late. I mean, come on. Seriously. Anyway, look, there's got to be a reason for it, but guys, time to wake up.
I guess we're late for Rogue Actions. We're one to talk, Heinzie.
No, 3 days is different to 12, mate. That's a whole different thing. Anyway, look, bundles I'm okay with, okay? Calendar I'm okay with. The packs were always coming, okay? The crystal packs were always coming. But they're uncapped, and I've got a problem with that. I've got a huge problem with that. That's not good enough. Okay. At the moment, up until now, with Conquest, you can earn this stuff. Okay. You can get a couple of extra here and there in different places. But let me tell you right now, these packs that are unlimited crystals right now, they are disgusting. And unfortunately, their Datacrons have got so much negative publicity as it is already. Just going, hey guys, bring your checkbook, get as much as you want. Go nuts, absolutely go crazy, enjoy, have fun, and rip everyone a new one. They're attached to Galactic Legends. Go nuts, have fun, enjoy, go play. No, not happy with that. Unlimited packs, they should be capped. I'm sorry. That's the only thing that really, really grinds my gears right now. The packs are always coming, Cubs. We all know that. But it should have been absolutely limited, not unlimited.
I think that you bring up one of the most important points in this whole deal, and that is the unlimited packs that you can open. And here's another point I just want to throw in there, Heinze, is what is Grand Arena becoming, really? Because you've got a certain amount of, you're going to have to compete, you're going to have to whale, etc. At the top, and you kind of, your skill points are going to kind of filter you where you need to be competitive-wise. But this is going to require you, if you want to be competitive in the top levels, it's not even gonna be about the roster you have anymore, is it? It's gonna be who has spent sufficient money on Datacrons, right?
I talked about this a little bit earlier last week. It's taken the skill out of the game. I think that's the problem. If you've been a great player and you've been able to, consistently work your way through Galactic Legends not using Galactic Legends, or just being really, really, clever in playing the game and knowing the kits and being adept in how to attack certain teams with certain counters, that's right out the window. It's just gone. You slap one of these on and you shut that down. I understand that you can put it on your side as well and even the score a bit, and that's obviously what they're aiming for. But the problem is that they came out originally and they weren't engaging enough because they didn't give enough of the acumen, the level 1, for people to actually dig in and get into the original release of them. The rollout's been poor. I'm going to start with that. It's been really, really poor. Love you guys, CG, but you really dropped the ball on this. You really, really shit the bed on it. I'm sorry, right? Straight up. But then they've gone the absolute opposite with the next one. And the next one is, hey, free reign. Do whatever you want. You want to buy a ton of these? Go for it. Go crazy. Enjoy. And that's not what it's about. I like trying to find the best Datacrons you can. If we have to embrace them. They're not going anywhere. And that's the thing.
Yeah, but this is not embracing it. Buying this shit is not embracing it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
This is playing a dirty game, in my opinion. Like it's one thing to farm the Datacrons, to put the effort in, and to play the game the way it's meant to be played. But this is nothing more than turning Grand Arena into who is willing to spend $100 this week.
Yeah, but you're not buying it, Cubs. You're leasing it.
Yeah,
you're renting it for 3 months.
Exactly.
That's the thing. That's what everyone forgets. You actually don't even buy it. You don't purchase it. You're actually leasing it.
Yeah, because it's going to disappear.
And what a lot of other people have said is because you're leasing it and you're not actually owning it, why the packs so much?
Yeah. This is probably one of the only times, Heinze, I'm ever going to go on record and ask the community to not buy a pack.
Well, you can never stop anyone doing whatever they want to do.
Of course I can't. Of course I can. But this crap shouldn't be in the game. And the only way for it to not stay in the game is for people to not engage with it. And I know whales are going to whale. My voice is small now, right? Like it probably is not going to change anything. But I don't think that these packs should be purchased. Personally, I think they're bullshit.
We had a huge exodus when relics came out, right? And we all understand that relics were a great idea. Okay. And in hindsight, I think that a lot of people had returned down the fact after they'd been released for a while and got their head around it. And I think that was okay.
Right.
A lot of people, this game, they've been playing for 5-6 years and they've had enough. Like this is it. It's just too much. And I'm not trying to be negative about this. I'm just telling you what's happening out there. Right. That's it. I'm telling you the player base. I know every guild are losing members because of Datacrons. Like every single guild will be losing members because they're going, you know what? This is too much. I can't be competitive anymore without spending a heap. Not a little bit, because you need to spend a lot. A little bit doesn't cut it. It just doesn't with this stuff. You go all in or not at all. And the thing is that people are just going, you know what? I don't need this. This is the sign for me that I've had enough.
Well, there's a huge problem, Heinze, I think, when it is no longer about your roster.
Yeah.
Really, you think about it, at the tippy top, is Grand Arena even about your roster anymore? No, it's going to be about, obviously you have to have the baseline roster, but then it's just going to be about who's got the better Datacrons, who spent the most money on Datacrons. And apparently, the amount of money you can spend on Datacrons is about unlimited because you've got the pack that is not capped.
That should have been capped. It should have been 3, 4, something like that. It should not be unlimited. Get as many as you want. There are guys at the top end, not myself, okay, but I know there's a lot of people out there that are dropping vault after vault after vault after vault on these packs right now, unlimited. Like,
and you know what? That's your prerogative. There's a part of me that feels like you spend your money the way you want, but also screw that. Like,
yeah, I know, but even with the first rollout, whilst I didn't like it, and not a lot of people did like the original release of Datacrons, at least it got to the point where you could only farm so much of it. So you had to make sure that what you rolled and what you're actually farming and working on was the right combination for what you needed. And also, of course, a bit of RNG in there with the rolls, right? With what you get with your abilities. At least there was a level of that. These unlimited packs, they just throw that out the window. Like, it just doesn't matter. What do you want? You're going to get it. No problem. Just chuck another vault in.
Mary J in the chat has an important comment. Mary J knows somebody who spent 5 vaults on Datacrons the other day.
I know more. That's tiny. That's tiny. Honestly, there are people that I know that will spend a heck of a lot more than 5 vaults.
So we have people that are spending $500 to $1,000 or more on a temporary Grand Arena advantage.
Tip of the bucket.
So you want to be competitive in Grand Arena, it's going to cost you $1,000+.
Look, not even close. This is my point.
That's just the Datacrons.
That's not even close.
This is disgusting.
That's not even close. 1,000 doesn't even cut it. I mean, that's 10 volts. People are spending like 2, 3 times that. It's insane what people are doing from what I'm seeing and hearing out there. And it's great for their bottom line, maybe. But I tell you what, there's a lot of players who have been playing this game for 6 years that have been spending a stupid amount of money. And they've been through everything. They've gone through every single thing you've thrown at them. Mods 2.0, relics, all that sort of stuff. And they've all still been playing the game. They've still been spending. They've still been doing that. And a lot of these top guys are going, you know what? I'm done.
Well, it could be evidence more than anything, Heinze. I'm going to make a little bit of a bold claim here, but to me, it reads like CG does not care about the longevity of this game anymore.
Well, we don't know because we haven't heard from them. I wonder why.
Right.
They don't
but think about it. Usually the reason they would cap something like this is because they don't want to chase people out. Right?
I don't know. I mean,
not capping this is just like, all right, spend as much as you want. Obviously, people are going to be pissed. People are going to leave, but we're fine with that. We're cashing in.
Yeah. They've been listening to our feedback, and we want unlimited packs on this stuff. Are you f***ing kidding me? Like, come on. I very much doubt that.
Yeah, well, I don't think feedback is necessarily on their agenda to listen to. So, all right, 3v3 is returning. I don't even feel like talking about it anymore because of how stupid this whaling thing is. But Heinze, you want to say anything about 3v3 coming back? Other than let's go spend a couple grand on Datacron so that we can be maybe competitive.
As our boy said back in the day, Utini bitches, I get to dust off my Tuskens again. You beauty. Let's go. 3v3's back.
You realize Utini is Jawas, right?
Yeah, it's been a long day. Sorry. All right, let me do it again. You ready? Let me do it the right way. How's that? Is that better?
Wow. Somebody please clip that shit. That was epic.
I'm sorry, guys. It's late here. It's very late here. It's been a long day. I just love my Jawas so much. I do. I really do. Yeah. I got a Relic 9 Nebbit. I can't get that out of my head. But I also have a Relic 9 Tusken Raider. And I can't wait to see how he's going to go in 3v3. It's going to be stupid. I can't wait.
Awesome.
Bring it. Let's go. Datacrons on GLs in 3v3 is going to suck. Going to say that as well.
Yeah, we'll see. And I do want to highlight a conversation point that was brought up that mostly the people spending money are the top 200, not the lower people. And so people in the bottom tiers are not as affected. I'm not so sure that's exactly the case, honestly. When you get up into the higher, not just top 200, you're seeing people with a lot more Datacrons than 2.
Yeah, everyone in Kyber 1, and there is I think a couple of thousand now. Every one of them are going after these things. Everyone.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I guess if you're okay with accepting Kyber 2, then maybe you're not going to have to worry about Datacrons. But for those of you who were competitive in Grand Arena, who were consistently winning, Datacrons are now part of the gig. unless you're going to accept, being kicked out of the top higher levels of competition. So
if you had what we would call a tuned roster for GAC, back in the day, a really lean roster with great mods and all that sort of stuff, and you haven't got Datacrons anymore, kiss it goodbye. You're going to Kyber 2.
Yeah.
That's straight up where it's at now. You need them, or otherwise you're wasting your time.
Yep. So if that's you, maybe you've been in the lower end of Kyber 2, maybe Kyber 3, maybe it's not a bother for you, and that's great. That's not the experience that I am seeing across the board, but if that's your experience, then sweet. Maybe Datacrons don't affect you as much. So want to make sure everyone's voice is heard, but at the end of the day, to me, this is just a massive, massive middle finger to the competitive integrity of this game.
I think it's certainly gotten to the point where it's taken the competitive edge right out of it. It's any theory crafters that were absolutely fantastic at working their way through combinations of taking out, for instance, Galactic Legends or any team that they're struggling on. You slap one of these things on the end of it and it doesn't matter anymore. It's absolutely useless and you'll get wiped. And that's not great at all for this game, because honestly, I think one thing that we all enjoy, Cubs, tell me if I'm wrong out there, guys, and yourself, Cubs, is that the theory crafting that some people do and some of the combinations of teams that we see in some of the streams on GAC and all over the place and what we pop up against on our .gg results, some of them are extraordinary. And I like seeing that. And I think that's what makes the game good, not slapping on a Datacron to make yourself feel better. I don't like that.
The number one thing that keeps me playing this game is Grand Arena. And so if you bone the competitive integrity of Grand Arena, then what am I playing this game for anymore? And I think a lot of people, that's my opinion. I'm going to be honest, or I guess fair in saying that's not everybody's opinion, but I do think that a lot of people are playing this game because of Grand Arena.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fair. And the good thing is that, Grand Arena is by far the most competitive game mode and probably the most popular one. Absolutely it is. So let's play it 3 weeks instead of 4 now. Let's bring it back and play less.
Yeah. They've made some really good decisions lately.
Yeah. So I can't say much
when was
more
the last thing? Listen, I'm just going to ask you this. This is just an important question. When was the last thing that CG did that impressed you?
Last thing they did that impressed me. I like Starkiller. I thought Starkiller was really good. Tusken Raider Omicron was great. Like that, because that was just different, Okay. And I think that was just something that was quirky and fun. Hey, this is a crazy idea, right, Cubs? This is a game and it's supposed to be fun from time to time. Who would have thought, right?
Yeah.
So to have things that are a little bit different and a little bit more fun and, a little bit out of the box, I'm all for. I really am. But things that take as you said, the integrity of the game away and the competitive nature of a player going head to head with the best roster that they've built up over 6 years or so, going head to head against someone else who's also done the same thing and challenging each other. I think that's what this game's all about. Not, hey, buying a Datacron to make yourself win. I
think it's interesting though how you say something positive about Starkiller and Tuskens, but it's hard to say it without bringing it back to all this other stuff, because other stuff is so big.
I mean, and this is the thing. Do I want to talk smack about this? No. Do I like being negative? Hell no. I don't like being negative. Everyone out there in Cubs,
the people deserve honesty, right? Heinzie. Like if we're being positive right now, we're just lying to you.
I can't be positive. I just can't. I want to be.
We'd be lying.
Yeah. It wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair to you guys.
You guys just don't deserve lies.
Yeah, that's right. So it's very, very hard not to get wound up about it, because I just see something that unfortunately doesn't make our game better. And that's the frustrating thing, because I want our game to be better. I don't see how this is doing that.
Yep. Well, hopefully something changes. I want to make one more point. I do think that something CG continues to do pretty well, with the exception of basically the whole Inquisitor faction, is they do good things with characters lately. Not just Starkiller, but a lot of the Omicrons have brought some fun to the game. It seems like a lot of the changes they are making, though, to game modes and to the competitive aspect of this game is just driving things in a very poor direction. And so I hope things reverse, because if it doesn't, then I don't know, man. I feel like they're driving the game into the ground right now. But
it's probably honestly in the last, I reckon, 2 years, maybe 3 years, it has been very, very, very difficult, Cubs, to be motivated to play this game in a positive manner.
oh, I have a hard time logging in right now, Heinzie.
What, game crash?
No, I don't feel like playing right now.
Well, my point exactly. I mean, and you do this you do this as a career, as a streamer, and you can't find, the enthusiasm to get in and dial into this stuff. Doesn't that say something?
And I still want to. Like, don't get me wrong. It's like I get people every week like, "Oh, Cubs is gonna quit." And
Yeah,
it's
but you know
whatever,
what?
like, I don't care. I don't care what you guys think. I still want to play this game.
This is dramatizing. This is fact.
I get in and I'll do things,
point.
but I look at the Datacrons and I think about and I'm just like, it's just so hard to motivate myself to get in there and engage with this crap.
Yeah. But see, I mean, I'm fortunate that I'm in a really, really good guild that certainly are working with all the players collectively, all together to help find the best fit and the best option, the best way to unlock them, be as efficient as possible with them, and make sure you get the right results for them. And that's key. You're in a great guild that certainly have got their head around it. Some really, really smart people. You're going to be okay with this stuff. But for those people just playing the game in a casual capacity, they're going to go to GAC and they're going to just get ripped a new one, because they're misinformed on the best fit and the best combination for their roster. And that's really, unfortunately.
Or you'll just be filtered to a different competitive tier than you're used to, where people don't engage with Datacrons.
But that's going to leave a bitter taste in your mouth, because you're going to go, you know what? I don't feel like I can compete anymore. Why do I bother playing?
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, hopefully CG gives us something happy to talk about one of these days in Rogue Actions. I hate that Rogue Actions has been so negative lately, but you know what? That's not our fault. That is CG's fault, because they are very poorly managing this game right now. I think that's pretty much objective truth at this point. Except for those of you out there who love what's going on, and for those of you out there who are happy, good for you. We love you. We're happy for you.
Absolutely. If you're enjoying it, fantastic. I mean, I'm certainly still enjoying a lot of other aspects of the game. I always have. I'll continue to do that. I still play the game. We still do GAC. We turn up. We do the best we can. We give it our all. We muck around and have a laugh. I mean, it's not the end of the world for me, but I can just see the writing on the wall out there for a lot of other people that, we're seeing our guilds and we're seeing people walk away from the game. It speaks for itself. We don't want it. We don't need it. It's a game. We want it to be better. We want it to be fun. Otherwise, what is the point? Because real life is tough enough as it is. People use this as an escape, Cubs. We know that. Escape from real life and reality. So, you know what? Get back to that. Make it fun again. That's what we want.
I have nothing else to say. It's a great place to leave it off. Go check out Heinzie's video over on Heinzie's channel. We're going to continue Rogue Actions over there.
Not done yet.